Google DeepMind released a generative video model VO. Philip, VO is their most capable video generation model that is available up to date. It generates high quality 1080p resolution videos that go beyond a minute in a wide range of cinematic and visual styles. Do you mind sharing with us what are your thoughts about this, the AI technology as a whole, and on the industry and how it could affect jobs?
Sure. AI for me, I jokingly refer to it as algorithmic imitation. It's generating new stuff, but only based on things it's been trained. I think it's a great tool, and we're seeing more and more capabilities. But like anything else, people will abuse it. It'll get overused. And then, of course, the biggest one is copyright. Who trained it? So the question always becomes: is it, in theory, whatever it has generated is based on something somebody else has created? Now, all that aside, I think in general, generative AI in video, it has a fantastic role for visualization and storyboarding. I think it's great. It enables you to really create something other than this, just a drawing on the screen that somebody has to sort of, okay, I sort of get what you're saying in the conversation, or about what kind of program you want to build. I think this just takes it to that next level where when you're dealing with either financiers or a studio or just your team in general, it helps sort of get that thought across. I think the bigger issue is people wanting to just generate content from the ground up for this and distribute it. Is it going to be much value? No, it'll be neat. You'll see a lot. I mean, the first music video came out not too long ago. It was interesting, but it was monotonous, to be quite honest. It was the same thing over and over again. I think that the best line I've heard from one of my friends is, "You're not going to be replaced by AI. You're going to be replaced by a person who uses AI." And I think that's true with any tool. My biggest concern, I think, in the industry around the AI movement is, so let's, as an example, you're an assistant editor. Your main job is to cull together potential shots. And then when you show them to the editor goes, "Oh, no, this isn't very good because of X, or this is great because of Y." And so you learn. Well, now if I can train AI to sort of pick the shots for me, what happens to that assistant editor? That assistant editor doesn't exist anymore. That assistant editor cannot become a lead editor. So there's a potential for, disruption in, this is an artistic industry, a disruption in that artistic length, or that, the artistic input, and the next generation of editors, things may become very robotic. I think AI is great if used right, but like anything else, what they say, with great power comes great responsibility.
And another question I have just as a follow-up is how would young individuals that are coming into the professional field right now, what would you recommend them to focus? And what would you recommend those, with up to 5 years of work experience to do? How should they integrate their AI application?
Right. So I think it's important that they learn how to use the tools like anything else. If you're going to become an editor, learn how to use the editing tools. Now, I think the big issue is always around, um, oh, I only know how to use Premiere, or I only know how to use Resolve, or I only know how to use Final Cut. They're all tools. Now you can become an expert in tools, but as a young professional, you want to really expose yourself to a lot of the different tools and make sure you understand how they all work. And I think it's the same for AI. You start to understand the value of the human in the AI chain and sort of exploit that as a young professional, figuring out how can I use this to speed up the process, help me do my job better, just like any other tool. But you don't want to get lazy and go, "Well, I could edit this, but I'm just going to use the text and use AI and let it do all the editing for me." I think that's like anything else. You have to be careful that you don't become lazy because of the tools.